Picture this. It's 3.2 million years ago, a sun-drenched savanna in what we now call Africa. The air is thick with the scent of wild grasses and distant rain. This isn't our world. This is a world ruled by giants, a world of constant struggle, a world our very distant ancestors called home. Let's meet our main characters. First, there's a small group of Homo habilis, the handyman. They're not much taller than a modern chimpanzee, maybe 4.5 feet tall, but they represent a massive leap in evolution. Their brains are getting bigger, and most importantly, their hands are becoming tools. They're chipping away at stones, creating sharp flakes, the first technology this planet has ever seen. These aren't weapons for a direct fight, not yet. They're for butchering, for scraping meat off bones left behind by more powerful predators. For this small family group, every day is about finding enough to eat and not becoming a meal themselves. They communicate with grunts, gestures, and a complex range of social cues we can only guess at. They huddle together for safety, their sharp eyes constantly scanning the horizon. Now, meet the behemoth. Stomping across the plains is Dinotherium, an ancient relative of today's elephants. But forget what you know about elephants. Dinotherium is stranger, almost alien. It's massive, standing over 13 feet tall at the shoulder, with long, powerful legs. But its most bizarre feature is its tusks. They don't curve up from its upper jaw. They curve downwards from its lower jaw, like giant, fearsome hooks. Scientists believe it used these tusks to strip bark from trees or dig for roots. It's a walking mountain of muscle, a plant-eating powerhouse that shapes the very landscape it lives in. A single adult Dinotherium has very little to fear, but something is watching from the tall grass. Its muscles are coiled like springs, its golden eyes fixed on the herd. This is the shadow of the savanna, the apex predator of its time. We don't have a fossil name for this specific beast, but we know giant lions roam these lands. Imagine a lion but bigger, stronger, maybe a third larger than the largest African lion today. A killing machine perfected by millions of years of evolution, with bone-crushing jaws and claws like daggers. This isn't the lion of a modern safari. It's a prehistoric monster, a true king of beasts. Arsenis said. The Homo habilis group, having scavenged a small antelope carcass, are using their stone tools to frantically slice off pieces of meat. They work quickly, nervously. They know the scent of blood travels far. The Dinotherium herd is nearby, peacefully browsing. Their immense size offering a false sense of security to the smaller creatures around them. Suddenly, the air changes. A low, rumbling growl freezes the blood. The giant lion explodes from its cover. But it's not after the small hominins. Its target is much, much bigger. It has its eyes on a juvenile Dinotherium, one that has strayed a little too far from the protection of its mother. The attack is a blur of speed and brutal force. The lion, a quarter-ton of muscle, leaps onto the young giant's back, its massive claws digging in deep. The juvenile lets out a trumpeting cry of panic and pain. The entire herd erupts. The matriarch, a colossal female, spins around, her own downward curving tusks flashing in the sun. She bellows a challenge that shakes the very ground. The Homo habilis. This is chaos. They drop their tools and their precious meat, scrambling for the only safety they know, the trees. From the high branches, they watch the epic battle unfold. This is the theater of their daily lives, a terrifying and awe-inspiring spectacle. The mother Dinotherium charges. She's not trying to gore the lion with her tusks. Instead, she uses her immense head and body as a battering ram. She slams into the lion, trying to dislodge it, to crush it against a tree or trample it under her pillar-like feet. The lion holds on with terrifying tenacity, its jaws trying to find a grip on the juvenile's thick neck for a killing bite. Other adult Dinotheriums join the fray, surrounding the attacker, trumpeting furiously. They form a wall of flesh, a fortress of rage. The lion is powerful, but it's not invincible. It's one against many, and the odds are turning. It can't land the killing blow with the mother constantly ramming it. With a final, desperate snarl, the giant lion realizes the fight is lost. A weamed shove from the matriarch sends it tumbling to the ground. Before the herd can stomp it into the dust, the predator uses its incredible agility to spring to its feet and retreat. Vanishing back into the tall grass as quickly as it appeared, It leaves with a few deep scratches and a bruised ego, but it will live to hunt another day. The Dinotherium herd calms, tending to the injured but thankfully living juvenile. The crisis is over. And high up in the trees our ancestors watch. What are they thinking? They've just witnessed a clash of titans. They've seen the raw power of their world. A world where they are small and vulnerable. But they also saw something else. They saw the giant lion fail. They saw that even the most powerful predator can be defeated by cooperation, by a family working together. As the sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the savanna, the Homo habilis cautiously climbed down. The Dinotherium herd has moved on. The lion is gone. And there, left behind in the chaos, is the prize. The antelope carcass they had to abandon. They pick up their stone tools again, their hands not shaking as much now. This single event, this terrifying afternoon, teaches them a vital lesson. Alone, they are weak. But together, with their growing intelligence and their new tools, they might just have a chance. They're not the strongest, not the fastest, and not the biggest, but they are smart. They are adaptable. And they are survivors. In the fading light, as they share their scavenged meal, they are laying the groundwork for the future. They are taking the first tentative steps on a journey that will lead from scavenging on the savanna to building cities and reaching for the stars. This moment, this terrifying, exhilarating clash between a giant lion and an ancient elephant, wasn't just another day in the Pliocene. It was a classroom, and the lesson was survival. It was one of countless moments that forged the resilience and ingenuity that would eventually define a new dominant species on planet Earth. US. Thanks for watching. If you're fascinated by the deep past and the story of our origins, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more journeys back in time. See you in the next one.